I was talking to a good friend today about marriage. He explained that during his marriage, he never validated what his wife repeatedly asked for. She told him that she needed quality time, his attention, and to simply be his priority like he was to her. They both had flourishing careers, but his career kept him from being home. He was only home, she said, only about 30 to 60 days a year. After many years of ultimatums, lonely, frustrated, and exhausted, she finally asked for a divorce. Instead of actually validating her and changing his ways, he succumbed to her request. I explained that when a man is not willing to give these simple things, these things that are not even monetary, this is devastating in a marriage for us women who actually marry for love and not for money. We need that. We want you. He described how shocked he was when he recently saw his ex-wife. She was still confrontational after being divorced for over 10 years. He said to me, "Zay, that's crazy. There's no excuse for that. She probably needs to process it." But I said, "Have you ever lost someone to death that you really love?" He said, "Yes, my grandmother in 2010. I said, "When did you stop crying over your grandmother?" He said, "I still cry sometimes to this day." I told him a divorce is like a death. However, that person, the ex, is still alive. She's probably still mourning, just like you are over your grandmother. Whether it's healthy or not, she has the right to grieve for as long as needed. And sometimes, when grief is not processed, it can come out as anger. Because most of us would rather feel anger than feel the pain of grief. My friend, he's a good, God-fearing man. So I said, "Do you remember how the Bible says that God prepares a table for you in the presence of your enemies? He anoints your head with oil, and your cup runneth over." He said, "Yes." I said, "The reason for the cup to run over is so that you have enough to fill yourself, and now enough to fill someone else. If you picture a gallon of water, after you pour yourself a drink, you can also pour several others a drink. And as a man, the first person you are supposed to fill are the very people God blessed you with: your wife, your children, and those who come after them, like your parents, siblings, and your friends. Don't prioritize making money over actually being present for those you love, because that is the real water that you need to be pouring. Your presence. Remember that money is simply a tool. That means it can either build up or tear things down. When you over prioritize it over your relationships, it can tear down the very thing God gave you to specifically build up.